Welcome to the Swamp, home of the Florida Gators, and we've long been told it is here that only the Gators get out alive. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see, the South Carolina Gamecocks taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Gamecocks will put toe together to crank us up. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Florida's offense will have the first possession of the game. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese. And it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast for linebackers to cover. This is a weapon they've got to take advantage of.
Unloads to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. They really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. Back to throw, it's Cobb. Got his man out of the backfield. At midfield, he's got room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back out. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Good timing on the quick out. Touchdown, Gators! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. So the South Carolina Gamecocks offense will take the field for the first time. And both of these teams have anchors in the middle that you build your defense around.
And everybody just seems to look to these two guys when there's a big play on the field that needs to happen, right?
They're making all the calls. They're making sure that they're in the right spots, run, pass, getting everybody organized, and they do it at a high level.
He's going to pass. Coming after it. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
That's the problem when you go empty, right? As a quarterback, you know you might get blitzed, and if you do, you better know where your hot throw is. If you don't, you're getting sacked. That time the linebacker got to him.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Gamecocks send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
No.
Across the 25. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and down for this offense.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets him up, makes the big play out to the left.
They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So you get stuffed on 1st down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on 2nd, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in here.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
He makes the connection. Touchdown, Florida! What a catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. But if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down.
USF is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Jim Leavitt, this has not been a blowout today in Tampa. They're up by 7 over Toledo. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Pulls it, fired, complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
He wants to pass it on second down. Firing to the right, complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Third down play from the gun. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? The Gamecocks line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll bring it back. It's Shaw. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Gators sending the offense back to work. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got it behind the line. It's Shaw. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down.
And that's why, through the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
It's a draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. And the Gamecocks will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He only needs a sliver of daylight.
That nigga playing that robot.
That nifty return sets up the
That
offense
time playing that
and
robot.
negates some of the yardage on the punt.
Yes, it's always
Florida
up.
has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to throw, it's Cobb. Feeling some heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the defense is there to stop him short of the 1st down. The Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. Trying to show their strength with the run on 4th down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. From that spot on the field, you had to expect them to go for it, and it worked out.
Why the heck would you not go for it? I mean, I almost want to go for it on every part of the field, but especially once you start to get this deep in territory. But you're also, field goals aren't 100% at this distance. It's a little bit of a longer kick. Just trying to keep this drive alive and trying to go get extra points.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Now on 2nd down. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd down, going up top. Throws to the tight end. It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. In this defense right now, they have no answers.
Using the quick game. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
They'll try to run for it. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
And the defense did a really good job playing both plays. Slow playing the pass, coming up playing the run, doing a good job getting him on the ground. Now forcing the 4th down, decision time.
On the move. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Man, I'm 4th and 2. I'm looking at my offensive line. I'm like, you got to give me just a little slither. Great job by the offensive line, blocking up just enough to get the 1st down, running physically downhill. That's all.
Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. The Gators will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll put the tight end in motion. Dropping back, it's Cobb. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Gator. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Gonna run it. It's Need. At the 35, he's loose. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. The 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Vanderbilt has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Nashville. They're up by a field goal over Mississippi State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. They'll go back to the air on second down. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And guys, if I'm on offense, I am staying aggressive. I know you didn't connect there, but make sure you keep testing this defense, because even if you complete one of those throws, that could be the game-breaking play.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. To throw, it's Cobb. Quickly out to the tight end. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there, because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game.
Fires the pass, intercepted. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
Great job by the safety. You see safeties back in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, understanding where he's throwing the football. Great break, great interception.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
Looking left. And they can't make the connection.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make a catch.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. It's strong. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't going to happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. And the Gators want to move quickly. Trying to find his man on first down. And they got him for the sack. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
You know, we're only in the first half of this football game, and already this
Eddie and
offense has
Caden.
had tons of success throwing the football. The defense has to disrupt his rhythm, and they finally do there, getting the sack. They've given up.
Got too loud.
He rolls it high and deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
You see it in football all the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage? I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Makes his connection. Turns it on at midfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it on 1st down. On target. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of him.
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in the groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra 1st down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
They'll throw it on 1st down. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's picked off right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football game we've got. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. And with that, let's send it back to our men in the swamp.
The Gators will kick it off to start the second half. Out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
Hoping to find one that works this time on second down from the 7. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Looking for a block. It's all. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Gators sending the offense back to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
He's right on target.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And now on second down for this offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to pass, it's Cobb. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
This quarterback is having a day, man. And right there, he was looking for touchdown pass number 5. He has been dialing it up. He's been throwing strikes. We haven't seen him miss very much like he did just there. But what a game this dude is having.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He'll take another shot here. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. The ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that fourth down play.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Pressure coming. It's complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away. He wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off him, does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the first down.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
On third and short, the power run here. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little...
He's looking deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
And the Gators want to crank the tempo. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come.
The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The Gators have it with a 1st and goal. Trying to slam in. Touchdown, Gators! And the beat. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get